Alright, everyone. I am here to try to explain my version of my transition. I am a transgendered woman. I am 32, and I am slowly but surely making my way to womanhood. When I first came out and first realized that I was transgendered, I had watched a lot of video blogs about other trans women who have either finished or are still transitioning to become. And yes, their stories really did help me. Their stories did match to an extent, but nobody's is my story. Nobody's story is the exact same. I'm doing these to try to help others. I know my story is, while slightly different, isn't going to be different enough from everybody else's to... I'm hoping that I can help one person. So, here we go. Growing up, I never really felt like the typical girl trapped in a boy's body, or that I was wrong or disgusting, and I never really felt that bad about myself. Yes, there were moments when I did want to be taken from my family, turned into a girl, brought back, more times than not, but I always thought that was just my little quirk. I didn't really think it was a problem or anything that was serious enough to warrant bringing up to any of my family and talking about, and I just buried it. I buried it, and I buried it, and I buried it, and I really wrapped my whole essence around being the boy, being the man that they wanted me to be. I joined the wrestling team. I did strenuous jobs. I joined the military. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't regret anything that I did as a boy. In no way. I am very proud that I was in the military. I will support any military member ever. But I never felt right doing all that. I never felt like I was being myself. Now, when I say I didn't feel like myself, the best description I have is it felt like a glove, a loose glove. It worked, it covered, but it wasn't comfortable. Not until I spoke to another transgendered individual, another trans woman, did I really realize and recognize what I was going through, what I was feeling for what it really was. And once I talked to her, I started really questioning things about myself. So I did more research and talked to others online, and came to the conclusion that there was a very good chance that I was. So that's when I decided to really seek out therapy. So I've been seeing a therapist for several months now. My now wife, who is right there, has helped me greatly and supported me through all of this. Our best friend is supportive as well. I guess the biggest difference between my story and everybody else's is the fact that I didn't experience the dysphoria of my body that a lot of them did until later on. I didn't hate my body. I didn't hate that when I went through puberty that I was becoming something that I shouldn't have. Yes, when I went through puberty, I felt like I wanted to be taken and turned into a woman. I thought that I felt like I should, or I thought that I should. And I had this fantasy that I would have. I keep saying fantasy because it was like a thought. It was like a daydream. so to speak. But that daydream never, ever, ever left me. It was the same thing over and over and over, and it was a constant partner through life. Even through my first marriage, where I had two of my boys, I had that same thought, the same fetish. That's not even a fetish, but fantasy. It's funny. I never thought of it more of it as anything but a thought, a interesting desire of mine to eventually find out that it was much, much more. And a part of me wishes that I would have realized what it was sooner. Not to miss out on stuff, but to experience more. It would have made it a lot easier to do this at a younger age than it is for me to be doing it now. When I have kids, when I have a wife, when I have a full-time job, I have responsibilities. It is much harder to make this transition when you have established yourself as one gender. So the best thing I can say for everybody right now is just to keep your head high, be who you are, and have faith in yourself. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask. There will be more, many, many more. I know I've got a lot left to say. I just can't get it all out at once. Never thought I could, never wanted to. Hit me down below in the comments, or I'm going to put my Facebook information up so you can track me that way and ask me anything you want. If I don't respond to you that way, I will answer the questions in the next one. So, see you guys around. Bye.